everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about time management. So I, like many of you, am a very busy person. I am in my third year of university, which is the busiest year that I have ever had, and I am working, I do YouTube, and I still try to find time for myself and especially time to read. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I find the time to do all of these things and still stay sane. So these are just my top tips, the things that work for me and that I think might work for you, but you kind of have to find your own groove and figure out what works best for you, but this is just kind of to get you started. So my first tip is to stay organized. I think that organization is a really important thing, and having a clean environment, at least for me, makes all the difference, because if my room is a complete mess, I don't want to do anything. Like, I am just feeling really sluggish because I'm like, why do I just don't want to. My room's a mess anyway. So I would say if you want to start like really getting on top of things, clean your room first off if it's messy. Make sure you have a good environment because it really makes a difference in your mental state and just making sure that you want to be productive. And for me, cleaning my room makes me feel really productive. I really like cleaning my room because I feel like I've really accomplished something. So I think that it's a great first step to take. My next tip is to write things down. So I really like to write things down because I feel like it makes me feel more accomplished if I'm able to check it off at the end of the day. To-do lists are my best friend and I absolutely love them. I will do some digitally, but I'll also do them physically, like writing it down, because I have my planner that I use. So this is my planner right here. I got it from Chapters. I'm not sure what it's from. orangecirclestudio.com. You can go and look there for it. I really like this planner because it covers a lot of time. Like, I think this is good until like 2017, which is absolutely ridiculous, but I use two things in here. So I use the calendar that we have right here. I'll use this one and I'll write everything down and color code it so it's nice and organized. I color code it for each of my classes and for just like the fun things I'm doing and the videos I'm doing. So I really like doing that in my calendar, and then I will also use the little weekly breakdowns that they have. And I will color code this as well, but I try to make it kind of fun, and I'll use like highlighters and different writing utensils just so that it's kind of fun and it doesn't make me want to die when I'm looking at it. It just doesn't look so overwhelming. It looks more enjoyable and pleasant. I also have a calendar on my desk that I will write down all of my assignments and all of those big things on. I really like to have that because if I'm sitting at my desk doing my schoolwork and like on my computer, then I can look down and I can see all the dates on there and what I have coming up. Which brings me to my next thing, which is to plan ahead. So planning ahead has probably been the most helpful thing for me. What I do to plan ahead is I will have, here, I'll show you on this week because this is a better example. So I will have my due, like on the day that it's due, I'll have it written down at the top there. But then a week before something is due, I will have it written down at the bottom in a little box corresponding to the color of that class or whatever it is. And I will say like workshop next week for one of my classes. I know I have that next week. I have a marketing presentation next week and a final presentation next week. So I know that I have a lot that is coming up on that next Monday. So I can basically now plan ahead and make sure that I get that stuff done ahead of time, or at least get it started so then I don't get overwhelmed. Someone texted me, that's weird. So I will take a night, I'll probably do it tonight because today's Friday, and I will plan out the next week and say what I'm gonna start and when. So you can see here, I have all my stuff down, but I also have what's due the next week. Now I know that today's Friday, so tonight I know that I work until 4 in the morning, and tomorrow I work until 3 in the morning. So this weekend I'm basically going to be not functioning. I'm going to be sleeping a lot since I work so much. So what I've done is I got everything done last weekend because I knew that I had this coming up this next weekend, all of this work, so I made sure that I got everything major that I had to get done for school done ahead of time. Now and my videos go in here too as well. I will plan out all of my videos ahead of time, probably a month before. I'll plan out them. They change from time to time, but I'll write down like when I have to have them done, and then basically every Friday is my filming day, and I film the 2 videos for the next week on that Friday. Unless I have a review, then I'll do more than one. But I will film every single Friday, which brings me to my next point, which is to make a schedule. Making a schedule for YouTube has been the most helpful thing for me because I find that consistency is really key when it comes to YouTube. I always get compliments on how frequently I upload, and I think that that is really kind of the key to success on YouTube, is people really like when you are consistent with your uploading. So I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I film every Friday, I edit every Friday. Friday is basically my YouTube day, and then I have everything done and ready for the next week. Making the schedule has been super helpful because I get used to it. Like, it's kind of just habit to wake up on Friday morning. I don't have classes on Friday, so I know I have the whole day to film whatever I need to do, and it's just super, super helpful to know ahead of time, and that kind of goes with the planning ahead, making the schedule. It's just super helpful. And I'll kind of make a schedule individually for each day, not like saying you're gonna do this from like 11 to 12. I'll just say I'm going to get this, this, and this done, and that's kind of my schedule for the day, a rough outline of it. And always remember to schedule out time for yourself. It is so, so, so important to have time for yourself, because if you don't, your mental health is gonna suffer. You may be doing well in school, but you're just gonna be feeling like crap, and what is the point if you feel like crap? So I schedule out 2 hours of free time at least for myself every night. What I do is every single night I will work from 5 until 8. I will do schoolwork or whatever work I need to get done from 5 until 8 every single night. Then after that, from 8 until 10, I go and I will watch TV with my mom, or I'll just have free time for myself. And then at 10, I will go up to bed and I will read until 12 in the morning. I will read and just kind of relax and wind down, and then I go to sleep. Which brings me to sleep is so, so important. I am the worst sleeper ever. I can hardly ever fall asleep. So I have been like trying to force myself to go to bed at 12 in the morning, because then I get up at 9 and I get 9 hours of sleep. And you know what? When I do that, it makes a world of difference. I find that I'm able to get so much done during the day. Like, rather than staying up until 4 in the morning like I used to and then getting up at like 2 in the afternoon, it is so much better to go to bed early and then get up early, because then you feel so much more productive. If you're getting up at 12 in the afternoon, the day's already done. So I mean, why even start anything? That was entirely how I felt. So now, sleeping like a normal person, it has made the world of difference for me. And I know you've probably heard this before if you've been watching time management videos, because I would watch these videos and I would hear that all the time, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever, I can't do that. You need to try, because it is so, so lovely and so helpful. But anyways, making that schedule for myself every night and doing the same thing every night, other than weekends. On weekends, I just kind of let myself do whatever because I have a lot of free time. But making that schedule has been really helpful, because I know, like, it makes me feel like I'm getting something done every night, because getting a little bit done every night rather than doing everything in big chunks on one night, especially if you have like a final paper or something, you're able to get stuff started ahead of time, and the end product just ends up being so much better. Like, I've started doing that this year, and my grades have been so much higher, and it has been awesome. My next tip is to use some tools. There are so many tools out there for you. On your computer, I really like using the Google Chrome extension Momentum, because it has a pretty picture every single day. It has a different picture. You can prioritize on there because you put what's your main focus for today. So I'll put the number one thing that I wanted to get done that day, and then I'll use the to-do list function and put all the stuff that is written down in my planner. So I have it in 2 spots, and it's just really helpful to kind of just check it off. And if you find that you're a person who can't really use a planner, you just can't stick to it, this is honestly probably the first year that I've ever actually used a planner. But if you find that you're not that kind of person, using a online app that every single time you open a new tab, it's there, it's really helpful, because it's always there. You can see it, and it just puts things into perspective for you, which is really helpful in terms of like the planning ahead and all that. I also really like to use, I forget what it's called, Strict Workflow is the Google Chrome extension that I use, because when you click, it's a little tomato, and when you click on it, it blocks Facebook, YouTube, Goodreads, whatever websites you add on there, it blocks them for 25 minutes. So you work for those 25 minutes straight with no distractions. and then it gives you a 5-minute break, or you can just turn it off and you're done. I find that to be really, really helpful because it helps me to stay focused and not get distracted, because I'll just be sitting there and I'll be like, oh, what am I doing now? Oh, let's just open up Twitter, scroll through stuff that I don't even want to watch, like get sucked into the vortex of the internet. So having an app like that, there are many options, is super, super helpful. And there are so many things out there for your phone too, just any electronic things, and honestly, like physical tools like a planner, things like that are really gonna help you. So yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I'm no expert in having free time for everything and really balancing time, but I find that this year I've been doing really well with it, and I just kind of wanted to share some tips with you because I know that you guys ask me a lot, and yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!